Hey guys, welcome back for another daily crypto forecast. Today we're going to be reviewing a few of the coins that I did yesterday, just a very quick update on them. And then I'm going to do two coins that are highly requested all the time. One is Cardano and the other one is Ripple. So let's just get started. I'm going to start with Bitcoin BTC. So yesterday I shared this same chart. It was in the 4-hour candles from Bitstamp, and I gave the targets for the breakout of this triangle. I actually gave the target before it broke out. I said the target was at $4,300, but I said yesterday my exact words were, I don't see this breakout being very strong, so the target is perfectly in play, but it will probably take several days to make the target. So nothing, absolutely zero has changed here. It's just retracing. It's normal retrace after such a pump here. So it's just normally retracing, and I still expect it will eventually make the target at 4,300, and then who knows if it'll go higher, but we will take it from there if we get there. Nothing changes here unless we go below this triangle here. If we start going below this triangle, then I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to update. But so long as we're just normally retracing, nothing changes here. So Bitcoin Cash hasn't broke out yet. You can see here the tightening lines. So please feel free to pause this video and draw the lines on your own chart. And if it breaks in the downside, you have the targets here, and if it breaks in the upside, you have the targets here. So there's absolutely zero new for me to update. If you don't draw the lines on your own chart, then you will never know what's going on. But if you actually do draw the lines, then you know what to expect. And until these lines, one of these lines is not broken, there's no reason for me to continue to update. Everything is normal. Everything is just like I said yesterday. I see some people freaking out a little bit about crypto retracing here. This is just nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just continue to go sideways. Ethereum. So Ethereum, again, my targets, I shared my targets yesterday up here, and it's retracing. This one looks a little bit more bearish because it's forming something like a head and shoulder type of pattern, so it could break in the downside. If it does, we could be retracing to these previous support levels here at around 137, something like that. It would still be perfectly uptrending. You see the uptrend is still strong, and the little correction here is very weak. So there's no reason to freak out here. I don't think this is going to reverse all the way back down. I think it's just normally retracing. And as I said, in the worst case scenario, maybe it'll retrace again to the $137 level, more or less. And from here, I expect to continue to go up, and it, eventually at some point go and meet the 20-week moving average on the weekly time frame and this downtrend resistance line. So the only thing that would make me change my mind is if we start breaking down vertical and we see spikes of red volume here. Then it means, whales are actually selling Ethereum. Until I don't see this, nothing really changes in my assessment from yesterday. Litecoin, beautiful. It's just beautifully retracing. We had this inverse head and shoulder here, and we had a very significant volume on the break of the neckline. So this head and shoulder, this inverse head and shoulder, it's perfectly in play. The target is still $50. We can easily come back down to retest the neckline as a support. This is called throwback, and it happens sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't happen. But if it comes to retest the neckline, this is the second opportunity you get sometimes in trading. If you didn't enter the breakout, you have a second opportunity to enter here on the retest of the line, of course, because it's never guaranteed that this line will hold as a support, and there's always a chance that it'll break down and this head and shoulder would be invalidated. Then you need to use a stop loss if you're doing the short-term trading. But the odds are in your favor if you set your buy order at the neckline and you have your stop loss. You have bigger chance of winning this trade in the upside with target at $50 than not losing it. But again, it's never 100%. Now Cardano, for ADA here we have, if we draw a downtrend trend line here from the previous two touches on the daily time frame, we see we are right now at resistance. If you draw the line from this high to this high, which are the two most recent ones, and you extend it, you see we are exactly at resistance. We are also at resistance from this uptrend line, which is from these two most recent highs, this high here, and you extend it, and we are exactly at resistance as well. Now, we have a very bullish signal in this time frame, the daily time frame, which is the cross of the 20 and the 50 moving averages. This is a buy signal that many swing traders take very, very serious. Since we are at resistance, yes, there's a chance we reject from here and we, correct again. Maybe we will try again to break this in the future. That's one possibility. If you ask me, I think it's a little bit more probable we will actually break out of this resistance sometime soon. Soon doesn't mean 5 minutes, it could be, a few days, but I think it will actually break this resistance line because, as I said, crypto in general is still moving up, and crypto in general is going up to find the 20-week moving average in the weekly time frame. So I expect Cardano to also follow this trend unless something really changes, from one day to the next, and we start seeing a lot of selling pressure. But unless that happens, I think there's a bigger chance Cardano will actually break this resistance. And if it does, the target from this inverse head and shoulder is up here in between these two. So 0.07 is the most pessimistic target, and 0.077 would be the most optimistic target, which would be probably at the level of the 200-day moving average, because let's say this breaks in a few days here. By the time it gets up here, this 200-day moving average will be downtrending. So, by the time the price gets at this level, the 200-day moving average will be also at this level, and it'll probably be, rejecting the price heavily. So I would have my sell orders, in between these two. Be careful though, we might not even make it that high because the 20-week moving average on the weekly time frame is lower than these levels. So please check the weekly time frame yourself and have into consideration the 20-week moving average as well, and consider all the possibilities. Moving on to XRP. Guys, I had this line set here for I think months now, I think more than 1 month. I didn't change these lines at all. I talked about XRP 1 week ago on my New Year video, the 1st of January. I said what implication would have to break this support line in the downside, and what implications would have breaking this resistance line in the upside. I explained the implications for both scenarios, and I said we would probably be stuck here. We could be stuck here until the end of this triangle, which is at the end of February. I made this video 1 week ago, guys, and the price has been going sideways for 3 weeks. So do you really think there's a point for me to update on this chart? If you're new around here in this channel, please draw these lines on your own chart and watch my video from 1 week ago I made from the beach, the 1st of January. At the end of that video, I give my predictions for Ripple, XRP, and as I said, I explain what would happen if we break down and what would happen or what would mean if we break up here. So you watch that video, you draw these lines on your own chart, then you don't have to be waiting for me to update unless anything changes, because so long as we continue to tighten within these lines, there's absolutely nothing new for me to update, not for the short term and not for the long term, because this is getting very tight here to do any short-term movements or any short-term trading. So there's no point in me to doing short-term, predictions or technical analysis. And for the longer term, medium to longer term, until we don't break either outside, either up this resistance or down this support, there's nothing, nothing to do here. Absolutely nothing to do. So I'm going to be linking that video down below for easy access if you are interested. And I think that's all that I have for you today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.